Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne, and I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. Today we are going to be making little teeny tiny sticker mini books. And these are made using stickers. I'm using stickers and I'm using coffee dyed paper. You can use any paper you want. I'm using a lightweight paper just because it's reduces on the bulk, but use what suits you. You can use any stickers. The other thing, if you didn't want to use a sticker, you can use your paper dolls for this technique too. But I'm going to be showing you how to use a sticker, how to take the sticky off the sticker that doesn't have it attached to paper. So you need to decide what stickers suit your journal that you're making or whatever it is that you want to make. I happen to have a whole collection of car stickers. I am making a journal for my son who's turning 18 and he just loves cars. He likes any vehicles really, but cars are really his thing. So what you need to do is you need to find stickers back to back that are comparable in size. See, the two of those are fairly comparable. The two of these are fairly comparable in size. Most of these, this pile I've matched up, this pile I have not matched up. They're very comparable, they're very similar. Are they exact? No, none of these are exact. And you're gonna probably find that the paper dolls aren't exact either, but you can find what works really. I mean, it's kind of the cute factor of this. So you can just go through your stickers and see like what lines up. Like those don't really line up, but if that's all you have, you can make it work. And I'm going to show you how we can make this work. So let me move these stickers out of the way. I think we're going to work with this one first. So let's just put those up there. Let me show you this one a little closer. So I found these two stickers. They worked in my mind. You can see like this bottom sticker, it hangs over a little bit. That's okay. And I just, accordioned the one below it. Super, super simple. If you don't have stickers, you can use things like this, like the die cuts. I mean, I've made mini books before, and I've put them here on my YouTube channel. Go back a couple of months. I am showing you the sticker technique because I want to show you how to take the sticky off of it. So let's figure out what is the approximate size of our book. How do we want the book to open? Do I want my book to open this way? Do I want my book to open this way? And I think in this case, I'm going to have my book open this way, just like I did the other one. Now, I cut this one with my decal edge trimmer. You can sort of see it's deckled. This one, I'm not going to do the decal. But the problem is this paper doesn't, it might just, no, it's not going to fit. But we're going to make it fit. So I am going to approximate that I am going to need, why don't we call that 1.5 inches? Because I'm measuring here for my sticker. Yeah, that's not going to fit. So let me just take a little bit off. I can't fit a larger paper cutter here. Still too big. My summer setup when I'm outside, I can. Not in here. Okay, so let's do 1.5 inches. I mean, I would have liked more, but that's all I can fit. So let's, and I don't have to have the paper the whole length of the sticker. I'm just going to do it right there. So I'm going to give that a fold. And then let's just start folding, is that a word? Accordion folding the remainder of what's left. Now, if you want to get precise and use your, scoreboard for all of this, you have at it. I am not. So I only have this little piece left. I'm going to make that work. Okay. So let's see, these are pretty comparable in size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the backing off. Let me just throw this out. And I'm going to place this where I want it. And I want it right there. I'm not going to push the whole thing down because remember, for me, this side is short. But I'm going to push that down. Now, how do I take the sticky off, you might ask? There's a couple different ways you can take the sticky off of the sticker. One way is using cornstarch. I keep my cornstarch in this plastic container. It still makes a mess, so we still keep it inside a Ziploc bag. You can use powder, like, body powders. I'm allergic to it, so I can't use that, but I can use cornstarch. I am going to leave it in this bag because it is messy. Maybe you have a better container than I do. This is just one of those Temu containers that I get things in. I am going to dip my paintbrush in it. I don't need a lot. This paintbrush does get stored in that bag, so it's covered. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to liberally paint it on the sticker. Completely gone. The sticky is completely gone. Completely gone right there, but it is not over here. So let me dip into this. So this is just plain cornstarch. That's all this is. Take most of it off the brush. And make sure this is stuck really good before you remove the sticky. Actually, let's just put that there. Yep, completely stick free. Yep. Neat. Cassie's over here next to me. I don't know what she's doing. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to line up the sticker on the book and glue the back page. So I'm lining up the bottom. You find your positioning for your book. And I'm going to open this up because I don't want it sticking to everything. And then I'm just going to press this back page down very, very well. You want to come in with your bone folder, go ahead. I'm okay with just my finger. Now, you can certainly make your own stickers. And oh, that's too much. Much too much. So We will share that with the other spots. I mean, you don't need a lot, really. It does make a mess. And something's still sticky there. Let's see where that is. It's not there. It's not there. It's not there. No, that's good. No, that feels good. I think. Let me just double check. Yeah, nothing feels sticky. Let's try this again. Yeah, nope, not sticking. Okay, good. Now, the next thing that I can do, let me seal this up. Put that over there. The next thing that I can do, let me tap away some of that powder. If I want to come in and I want to trim some of this to be equal with the sticker, just be mindful of where the other sticker is. I could do that. So here. There's our little car sticker mini book that I'm going to be putting in the journaling. Now, I have another idea of how we can do another one, another type. So let me get another set of stickers. Just one or two? I think that's just one. And I was going to match it up with this one, but let me see if there's another set here. You know what, let's use this set. Well, I'm probably going to use all of them, but let's use this one next. So let's get the paper measured and figure out, I mean, they're both pretty comparable, but let's use this one. So in this case, I'm going to do 1 3/4. And you do whatever length that you want, whatever can fit in your paper cutter. Yep, that looks good. Okay. So that's going to be how I want it to be folded is, let me line this up a little better. Once again, I eyeball it. I eyeball so many things I make. Just want to make sure it's straight. It is straight. I'm happy with that. And let's just continue to do the accordion fold here. I just want to make sure I get it nice and lined up. And then that little extra piece, I think in this case, I am going to trim it off because I don't need that piece. I can use it for something else, but for now, let's just put it over there. Now, so this, that's going to be our accordion. Before I get it, I'm forever moving this light around and trying to get it in a, I don't know, I just can't get it right. I have another light idea, so sort of bear with me. I have a lot of lights around. It still looks funky. So anyways, let me move on here to my next idea. My next idea is to actually make a tie closure for this. I am going to cut more ribbon than what I believe I need. And I am cutting 13 inches. I'm cutting 13 inches. More than what I need. Just move this for the moment. And let me show you this. I have these here to cut down on the glare. Okay. So let's start, actually let's start with this one first. And I got these stickers, I think I actually got them on Wish years and years and years and years and years and years and years ago. And I've just been waiting for the right project to do for my son. I bought them to do a project for my son. I offered him some on his water bottle, and he's not into that. So I'm finding the middle of my ribbon, the center point. I am laying that on the sticker. It sticks. I am taking my pages of my mini book, and I am, you know what, I'm going to turn this towards me so I can see it a little better. And I am going to lay this down there. And I want to make sure this has a really good contact. Whoops. Really good contact. If I needed to come in and add some liquid glue over the ribbon, I certainly can do that. I am happy with that. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to take off the sticky before I attach the other sticker, just because I don't want them sticking to each other. This cuts down on that just a smidge. This part's a little messy, obviously. It's all over the darn place. But it works. It's efficient. It's effective. Does the job I need it to do. Just keep picking up the extra. Yep, that's good. And then there's a little spot down here to get to. Okay, so I need some opinions on some things for my channel going forward. So if you've watched my videos before, you will know not only do I love to do divinely inspired art, but I'm a psychic by trade as well. That's my job. My job is I'm a psychic. And every Sunday, I post the psychic predictions for the week. And I always talk about a new deck, maybe that you have or you don't have in your collection. So I always do a deck review. But I am thinking of doing, I don't know if you follow like the psychic community or not. And I just put that next to the other one so I could line it up sticker wise. I mean, this, so I could make sure I get this even with the other one. So I'm thinking of doing videos, or I'm talking about actual current events and doing some psychic predictions on that. So it will be in addition to my weekly predictions, which are not about specific events. I would do commentary with some psychic information about current events that are going on, whether it be politically or different sort of news and events that are going on in our world. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. And that would be a very different sort of format that I would do. And I would potentially, maybe eventually, I don't know right away, but maybe eventually sort of interview fellow psychics. And everybody can chime in. I don't know. We'll see. For the beginning, it's going to be me. Until I sort of get my sea legs with the whole thing. I don't normally comment on the sort of political standing of the world. I comment about things in my life. That's kind of where I left it. But I'm getting the feeling, based on my friends calling and the phone calls that I'm getting and the level of help that I'm seeing people reaching out for, that if I'm able to offer insight, why don't we just say, we'll call it some insight on a psychic level, because that's what my friends have been calling me for that, which I'm super flattered. And, you know, we always sort of bounce things off of each other. And I'm very flattered that I have the wonderful group that I have around me on the psychic level as well. I'm very blessed and honored that I know the level and caliber of people that I know, and that's kind of cool. It's really cool. I've worked very hard to get to the level that I'm at, and I kind of feel like if I'm able to give a little bit of insight, then maybe I can do that. Let me know in the comments what you think. Yay, nay, is that something you would tune in for? I know the majority of the people here tune in for my art things. I decided to keep everything on the same channel instead of getting different channels, because I like posting my psychic predictions and I like posting my art, and sometimes I talk about both things at the same time. I do like doing my crystal gridding, and it's just me that I talk about all of these things. Those are my likes, those are my interests, and that is sort of the definition of who I am. I'm weighting this down so I can give this a little tie and a little bow. There's that. Yes, it does have a little bit of the cornstarch on it. And then you have the book in there. That's still the accordion. I didn't trim any around this. Didn't really feel like I needed to. But let's give this a little tiny tie. I'm not going to do a lot with the ties. I'm only going to do like one or two. My son can't tie a bow, so he won't be able to retie this back up. But I wanted to show you how to do it. I know a bow doesn't exactly match a car sticker, but I wanted to show you that's how I do it when I do add a bow, is I add a ribbon to the top and a ribbon to the bottom, and that's it. And then I just tie this side together and tie that side together. If you haven't done it before, that's how simple it is. And that's it. It's so basic. It's so simple. Going to make a couple more of these. So I've gotten 3 made thus far, and I kind of want a bunch of these made, because this is sort of one of the things that I want to kind of feature in his book, just because I think he'll really get a kick out of it. So let me know if that's something that you would tune in for, is sort of my it wouldn't just be like This is going to be 1 1/4. This one's a shorter one. It wouldn't be just political commentary, although a lot of it would be. But it would also be about current events and weather and my insight on prepare for this, don't prepare for this, they're saying this is the view I'm getting on that. I don't know, it sort of would be that type of stuff. And obviously I'm in the United States, so a lot of this would be geared towards the United States. But here's the thing, what's going on in the United States right now is affecting the global community that we are in. And that's why I'm feeling at this point in history that I'm being drawn to do that type of video. So please leave me a comment on whether that would be something you would be interested in watching and something that you would tune in for. If it's not your thing, it's okay to say that. You know, you have a right to your opinion. I have a right to my opinion. You have a right to your opinion. So, you know, I know the majority of you are here for my art, and I'm grateful for that. So cool, thanks, welcome, that's awesome. But just know, because I'm getting so many calls, so many people reaching out, and it's my friends that are reaching out and just saying, hey, you know what, I'm just gonna cut this one off. That one's kind of tiny. Let's cut the tiny one off. So my point is if they're reaching out and they have insight, because they're psychics themselves, if they're reaching out to me, then my assumption is it's not just them that are asking these questions. And it's, what can I do? What are you getting? What are you feeling? What do you think that means? What does that mean for me? What does that mean for you? What do you suggest I do in this situation? That level. I'm finding turning the sticker upside down in this case is working so much better for me. Is that one even? Well, it's as even as it is. So that's sort of my thought process, that if they're reaching out, they can't be the only ones with those questions. They can't be the only ones that are sort of needing that level of insight, direction, help, all of that. And I would also say that it's okay to message me questions ahead of time, like not personal questions, sort of questions that the global community would have, like, what do you think is happening because of this? Or what can I do to get ready for this? Or are we still going to be able to eat eggs? You know, like some of that type of stuff. I can't do like very specific questions for you in your life. That I do private one-on-one readings. And to be honest, because I'm a medium and I do Akashic records and I do all that type of stuff. So mediumship means I speak to those on the other side, both living and deceased. I do animal communication, living and deceased. And Akashic records means I'm able to look into your past lives and how that affects what's going on now. Because of the mediumship aspect of all of that, what I do is very sensitive, and inevitably everybody cries when they get a reading with me. I'm used to it. My friend years and years and years ago told me, if they're not crying in front of you, you're doing something wrong. And I always used to laugh at that, because she's right. She's 100% right. So based on what I do with very sensitive information, I don't do that type of stuff on a video. Private stuff. I will do gallery readings, and I have done gallery readings for years, and I do home parties, but now I do home parties digitally. So you can be anywhere in the world and I can connect with you at a home party. And it's a gallery reading home party or it's private reading home party. So everybody can get, if it's private, like everybody can get like a 10-minute reading. And it's kind of neat because I don't physically have to be there because I can't be everywhere. So I started doing that during the global shutdown, and it worked. It worked really well for me. You know, one of my friends, she's come into the shop all the time, and she's like, "Hey, can you do this?" I'm like, "I don't see why not. Let's give it a try." And we did, and it worked very well. And she was somebody I knew, so it was it was okay that they were sort of the test people for this particular type of style that I was going to do with them. And everybody knew up front. And they got a discount because of that. But hey, it's worked very well. I've done it since, and I'm very happy with. So I used to do readings on the radio. And I used to, when I was on the radio, I was live in 133 countries a night. And people don't understand that I don't need to be there in front of you in order to do a reading. I just connect with your energy. That's it, period. And I used to be able to do readings for people over the radio, no matter what country you were in. If you messaged in a question or you were a caller coming in to the radio. It was so cool. It was so neat. I really, really missed that. The radio station, unfortunately, had to close down. And that was fun. I really liked that. I was on United Pagan Radio for a couple of years. And I had 3 shows on that station. And I was on multiple other. I had shows on other stations too, but that was my longest one. And then, you know, other radio stations have interviewed me for other things. So I've been on quite a few other stations as well. I enjoy radio. I have a face for radio. I have a face for YouTube craft videos. It's fun. It's fun. All of it's fun. So here's this one. How quick and easy are these going? I'm loving these. I think my son's going to get a kick out of them. It's just kind of... And these are those vinyl stickers. They're supposed to be the ones that you can safely put on your water bottles. They're like those waterproof vinyl stickers. They're not like hugely non-bendy. I mean, they're flexible. So if you didn't want it like this, you could mount it on something else and just glue the paper on the back. Let's do one more together. I'm yakking away, per usual. We'll do this one with these 2. Now, my son's going to be able to look at this and know, like, what car this is. I have no idea. I have no clue. We're going to do 1.5 inches. And tomorrow is day 2 of my son going back to the antique car museum. His first day was a very big success. So he is having a blast. He is loving it there. And they're liking him. He seemed to fit in. I knew he would. He's very much an old soul. And he's very much like an old car guy in a kid body. So he's, I think he's really excited. He's kind of found his tribe. He liked the other job. They were very, very good to him at the other job where he worked at the dump and the recycling center place. They were very good to him, and he liked them. He got along great with them. This is a group of older car guys. That's his thing. That is his people. And he has this amazing wealth of knowledge in cars. It blows my mind. And, you know, every time the teachers have him do a project or whatever, and they let him do cars, or the project is cars, I think they're astonished with the level of knowledge that he has. He's a smart cookie. But he's passionate about cars. I mean, we all have our thing that we're passionate about. We all have our thing that we know a lot about. Like, I'm a former sign language interpreter. And I do multiple languages within sign language. And I also used to do blind deaf interpreting as well. Today, I was watching an interview with Marlee Maitland, and she is a deaf actress. And I was watching her and her interpreter, it's really interesting. So she identifies as female, she's female, and she has a male interpreter, which is a little unusual. Typically, you try and have somebody voice for you that is your gender. That is kind of typically how it works. So it was always very interesting that she had a male interpreter, and a lot of people have commented on it in the community. Doesn't bother me. I don't care who you have. You have somebody that works for you, great. But when she's interpreting, the voice you're hearing is a male voice, and it just is very sort of counterintuitive to what you're seeing versus what you're hearing. But anyways, that's beside the point. So I was watching her do the interview, and it was an interview she was talking about when she won her Oscar way back when. Well, I'm paying attention to what she's saying in sign language, and I'm geeking out on the interpreter on how he's vocalizing what she's saying. Because when you see a sign, there's probably 10 vocal words you can use to attribute to that one visual sign. There isn't just one specific verbal vocal word that you can use for the visual word that you're seeing. And that's kind of the cool thing within interpreting that my friends and I used to try and, I don't know, expand our vocabulary. And it depends on who you're interpreting for. If I'm interpreting for a 6-year-old, I'm not going to be using like a vast, extensive vocabulary. I'm going to be using something that's very apropos to how a 6-year-old would vocalize what it is they're trying to say. So anyways, I'm paying attention to what she's saying. And secondary, I'm listening to him. And I'm like, oh, you're saying that way. I would have verbalized it this way. But I like how you said that. I don't like how you said that part. But that part I like how you said. It's kind of sad when you have your skill set, how you identify with your skill set and how you approach your skill set. So my son loves his cars and he geeks out with his cars. I was geeking out over this really simple couple-minute interview, and I'm like, oh, I would have said it this way. And oh, I kind of like how he did that. I still would have done this way. I don't know. It's kind of neat. So how do you relate to your skill set? How do you geek out? And what do you geek out on? You know, everybody has their passions. What is your passion? What is it that sparks your joy and your creativity? I mean, obviously this sparks my joy and my creativity as well. I've had many jobs in this lifetime, and I have loved every single one of them. I geek out on all of them. But I've always been psychic. And being psychic used to help me with interpreting. It was really cool. So I'm going to add a little bit more cornstarch to this last sticker. And then I think we're done, especially with my rambling. These go so quick. And I'm just using like an old brush, an old paintbrush. And you can see it's not really holding on to the bristles or anything like that. He's getting stuck a little bit, but it comes right off because I haven't taken that sticky off yet. And you don't need a lot of cornstarch. This package of cornstarch is what I use also for my polymer clay work. I'm going to put a little bit down here. You dip your clay cutters into cornstarch before you put it on the clay, so the clay doesn't get stuck in the clay cutter. It's like flouring up a cookie cutter before you use it. All right, let me check this. Get rid of some of that residual cornstarch. Oh, pretty good. I'm liking these. I think these are going to be such a cute little addition. Oops. Cute little addition to his book. I think he's really going to get a kick out of these. Starch everywhere. All right, so let's see what we have. So I have this one. Accordions opens to this. And I'm going to write little messages in these. I'm going to wipe off the cornstarch. If you need to just come in with a damp cloth on the sticker, so be it. This is the one we just made. I think these are adorable. You know, it's something different. It's something, I think, kind of cute. I'm hoping he'll get a kick out of it. I'm not going to undo this one. But it's that. I didn't do more of the tied ones just because he can't reach on them. He has a lot of problems with his hands. Fine motor dexterity. So he can't do that. So I'm only going to do one like this. But yeah, with all my yakking away, that's what we got done. Cool. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this has sparked some of your creativity. Please subscribe to my channel too. I would appreciate it. Take care and be free.